Today I want to show you how I drill the hole into the tool handle to accept the tool body. This method can be used for many types of spindle turnings, so keep that in mind while you're watching. I've got the handle turned and finished, except for both ends still have the waste block on them. That becomes important for this method. I've got the tool bit in the chuck. That's a 5/16 tool bit for the tool body because this is a small tool. And I've got my Nova chuck set up, and you see I have no jaws on it. And that is because I've turned the end of the tool handle, the waste block end, down small enough to fit inside that hole. Now, using it without the jaws makes this a little easier. If you have a larger waste block, of course you can use the jaws and that'll work fine too. Well, now that I've set you up on the tripod here, I can start showing you how this works. Now you notice the box there. That has a purpose, because at first I'm going to set this up on top of a heavily folded bath towel to give some support to this, to hold it close to in line when I start. I don't really need that to have a firm support. It's just something to take some of the pressure off of the tool when you start to put it in position. And I use a bath towel because of course it provides some support without marring the tool. Now I'm going to bring this up so where everything's in line, and then really tighten this chuck up. Unlock the head of the lathe and turn the power on. If you don't happen to have a lathe like mine that has the variable electronic control speed, it won't matter that much, but I tend to drill these at around 800 to 1000 RPM, so you could keep that in mind. Now I've got this set up ready to go. I'm drilling into end grain Cadillacs. I've set up my depth to account for the final depth that I want, which is 2.5 inches plus this waste block, because you have to drill through that. The reason I'm drilling through the waste block is a couple. For one thing, since I turned it with the waste block in place, the center is defined by the center point that I turned it with. Also, any tear out that might occur at the face of this will be on the waste block, which is going to get cut off anyways. So that's something that you might keep in mind for this. It's good to have that waste block in place. Account for it when you set up your drill depth, but it'll pay dividends by keeping the marring of your final piece at a minimum. Now I'm going to turn this on and immediately start forwarding the bit into the piece. Now since I'm drilling into Cadillacs, I want to clean this out quite frequently because Cadillacs tends to be a little gummy and it'll probably howl on us here. Back this out, move it. I went ahead and fast forwarded to the end so not to bore you with the whole detail. Shut the lathe off before you pull the drill out. And that's about that. I've now got the hole drilled. I can cut the waste block off and I'm ready to go.